Hi everyone. Now, don't judge me. I'm wearing pajamas because I'm getting over a cold. I'm like 85, 90% better. I had no energy Sunday. Yesterday, I had like 50% energy. I'm getting better though, like so much better that I went to the garden shop because I wanted fresh air. I wanted to go for a walk. That was my walk. I walked around the nursery and I got happy because who doesn't get happy at a garden shop? And I got some more stuff to plant. So it was also like getting out, walking, getting fresh air, but also giving me a task to do tomorrow morning, which is to garden. I don't think I'm gonna work out tomorrow morning. I think that's pushing it, but I'm gonna stand 10 minutes on the vibration plate, which I love. I did that yesterday too. Was not feeling good, didn't have energy, but I just stood there. You don't have to do anything, you just stand there. And it definitely helped move, your lymph nodes, everything around, which also helps your immune system. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning and then garden. So that's why I don't mind me in my pajamas. I'm doing all of this so I can build up my energy and be ready so I'm good to go tomorrow and enjoy the rest of the week. But today's video is all about taking advantage of online shopping. Not like online shopping of like, department stores, those types of shopping, clothes shopping, like no. I'm talking about Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, going to estate sales, going to thrift shops, just reselling and vintage shopping is what I'm talking about. And now I love, especially with me being sick, that's why I'm doing this video, because since I've been sick, I've been mindlessly on Facebook Marketplace. I'm on there not even to connect with family and friends, but to figure out what are people selling. So I'm going to show you today. But first off, I want to give you a little bit of a picture. This is our project, one of our projects, that these curtains, that curtain and this curtain are going to be cafe curtains. And then I think on that wall, I'm going to put a picture and then like the gallery museum type of lighting. And then the same thing over here, just like one nice picture or maybe two, I don't know. And then like the gallery museum light. This is from Crate and Barrel. This is, no, Pottery Barn. They're the same company, but Pottery Barn. This is a pedestal, marble top table, and then we got the two chairs from there. When we went to, and it's uneven right now because of our tile, our floor. So it's not the chair, it's the floor. But we went to Pottery Barn and they had this chair and this one, but smaller. It's probably just like not an end time, like a little bistro, but miniature of this one. And we fell in love with it. And we asked, by any chance, does this come in a bigger size? And I said, yeah, it does. And so we got it right then and there. So but the whole idea is to put a nook right here in this corner. I did see Crate and Barrel has one and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it because of the vision and just the whole vision and the plan and the idea we have for this space. But we didn't go with that one. And Home Depot has one too, but it's always sold out. Always sold out. And I even put myself on the notify list of like, notify me when it's available, and then sells out. But I'm really hoping to go with the Home Depot one. It's super affordable and cute. And I love the color. I love the seating. So this is the whole goal, is to make this into a nook, which is why we have the TV here. I do want to get another, what's it called? Another, a TV mount. Because this one like sticks out too much. It kind of reminds me of like Bachelor Pad sports games, which I love sports games, but I'm looking more of aesthetic. So we're gonna change them out and have it a little bit more flushed because we're not far away. I mean, look at, we don't need anything crazy. So I want this to be more flush to the wall where it blends. I think I'm gonna do a gallery wall right here too. Right here or right here. I want to put, I have tons of CDs, and now that 90s are making a comeback, I saw this girl, it was like, I don't know if it was like a commercial or an ad, no, it was like an Instagram girl. She had do you remember how they had 5 stack CDs, so you can like swap out, you could switch with the remote to whichever CD you want to use. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have my CDs. Thankfully, I never got rid of them or threw them away. But I have a plan now. I want to get the 5 stack. I need to find it. I'm going to be on the hunt for that. So if you happen to see that, please send me the link. Preferably, obviously, like vintage. It's vintage. But that's what I want. I want one right here. And then that way we can play music. We have a record player in the family room, with some of our vinyl, because we have vinyl too. We're big music people. So this is gonna be our cozy corner where we can have coffee and tea, hot chocolate, breakfast, pancakes. Especially I'm looking forward to like the seasonal days where we can have like a throw blanket, and you know, where you're not wanting to sit in the family dining table, but you want to be cozy and watch like a movie or listen to music or whatever, and just, or even get some work done, pull out the laptop and, you know, chit chat with my husband while he's like working, and we can both like have like a hot beverage. You know, that's kind of like the whole vibe. But I want to show you my purchases so far. This area is taking its time. This, even the kitchen, like we semi remodeled, not even remodeled, gave it a little bit of a facelift, but we're not done. And I want to redo our tile. I even want to redo our floor tile because the grout is just so hard to clean. We even had a deep cleaner come one time, and he said that we have the most difficult grout to clean. So I wish I would have known that prior to installing it, but it is what it is. But it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just, I like to clean and it's hard to clean. But back to my Facebook marketplace finds. So we're a bit like high, low, or mid-low type shopping. That's just my preference because I like deals. So we have our Pottery Barn table, and then we have our H&M glass candle holders. I got these on sale too. I probably got them on sale for like $3 and $4. They weren't even that expensive. I think originally they were like $5 and $6, but yeah, they were on sale for a couple dollars cheaper. So I got those because when you put the little tea light in here, the ridges kind of reflect, kind of like little starbursts through here. So I like the whole little reflection, the twinkling of the tea light inside. So that's why I liked this one. And I liked them so much, I got another set for the family room. And they're quite, there's some weight to these. These could be paperweights. That's how heavy they are. So not bad for the price. This I got at Hobby Lobby. The plan is to use this for floral arrangements, holidays. Like right now I could be using it, but I haven't had time. But the goal is to have some sort of container in here, a glass container, and then use that to fill it with plants, or even put like those green sponges that hold water, put that in the container, and then like stick flowers. So that's the whole purpose. I mean, you can use it so many ways. I could put like a big egg and some like other Eastery things or whatever comes up. And this was like $15 at Home Goods, and it's like wicker. It's a good classic. This looks like something I could have got at Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel, you know? Good deal. So these are my latest estate sale finds. These I got 2 for $5. It was like the last day too, so you know sometimes the last day they like mark everything 50 to like whatever % off. So these are so cool looking. They're very pretty. These I got 2 for $10. And then at another estate sale like a month or 2 ago, I got these. I want to say I got 2 for $5 because I paid like $20 for everything. So I want to say I probably got 2 for $4, 2 for $5. I don't know. But I love the ridges on this thing. I think it's, and again, these are like good quality. If you don't like the way this is, there's this candle gum you can get on Amazon, and you just put a little dab underneath. It kind of reminds me of in the 80s, I used to love this. It was shaped in an egg. It was kind of like silly putty. I don't know. It wasn't silly putty. But it's like this little tacky little Play-Doh looking thing for mainly for teachers. But it came in this red egg, and I was addicted to that. But yeah, that's kind of what this is, like a candle gum. So you just put a little bit right here, and then you stick it in there, and then it'll permanently just stay like that. So that's good to have. It's just a little tin, and it lasts forever. This I got at H&M. I think I got it for like $10. It came with 2. This is a bread holder. You can obviously use it for anything. Right now, I'm using it to hide coasters. So what I love about this is because it comes with this cotton removable lining, which is great. You know, if there's like too much crumbs or whatever, which hasn't been the case, I can just take it off, wash it, and then put it back on. So that's why I really love this. And then again, it's cohesive with the wicker, which I love. And then this is my booze block. It's my retired my retired cutting board. It's now more of like this aesthetic garden little workplace. So another project of mine is to start my little garden workshop table space outside, but that's gonna have to be like metal or cement or brick, something that can be weatherproof and last. I don't want to have to do something of wood and then like have to like remake it and it weather down. But that's another project. For now, I'm using this kind of area as like a little bit of a garden space. So I have some seeds that I'm going to be using. I'm repurposing my pots from Home Depot with my garden clippers. I have some twine. This one's like a softer twine, but I have 2 of them in here with these cool little, they look vintage, but they're from Amazon, probably for like $5. But I love this little workspace because it's like a multi-space. I love it just clean. However, I bake a lot and I love sharing. On Thursdays we go to Bible study, although we haven't been in 2 months, just because Jimmy's had a lot of board meetings that happen to fall on Thursdays, or like either a Wednesday or Thursday, sometimes both days. So then we can't make it, and then he was sick, I'm sick right now, so well, I'm assuming Thursday we can make it because I'm like 90% better right now. But I always try and bake for them, always, like 90% of the time. When I know we're gonna go, I bake, and I will use parchment paper, and then I love using twine. I feel it's something so classic, so like a gift, but a food gift, but you're like wrapping it up with effort, and it's like effortless effort. I feel like this and parchment paper just goes a long way. So I always have that stuff on hand, and you can get this for like just a couple bucks. Go to Hobby Lobby, Amazon, again, estate sales, swap meets. You'll always see this like ribbons. I have a lot of ribbon. I have a drawer full of ribbon. So if I going to a birthday or a baby shower, if it's for a boy or a girl, I'll use a pink or blue ribbon. If it's a bridal, I have other ribbons. So I try to have like different ribbons on hand, but more than anything, I'm just using twine. I love twine. So these are repurposed pots that I was using. And then the main I guess highlight and founding item is this item from, when they were selling it, the original owners, it said Pottery Barn, and then it said / Williams Sonoma. So I was like, well, it's the same company. So it's just like Gap, Banana Republic, and Old Navy, same company. They're all under Gap Inc. So same thing with Crate and Barrel, Pottery Barn, Williams Sonoma. They're all under the same company. So, and then I looked at the manufacturing sticker. It's either on that side or over here. I think it's on that side. And yeah, it said, either said Crate and Barrel or Pottery Barn, and then Williams Sonoma. So it's legit. And I did paint it. I didn't paint over the square. I painted around the square in case we do sell this, but I know we won't. This is like a forever thing. But I was dead set and stubborn and waiting for a piece like this that I can just have right here that's like multifunctional, not a kitchen counter because I'm not gonna cook or bake on here, but just like a space that I can wrap my baked goods, or I do have bread in here. When I do get bread, it is here. And then I'll bring out the a cutting board for bread, and I'll have it here ready, just so that way my husband and daughter can just pull out the bread and cut it here and then put the bread back. So I am mindful. I try to be very mindful and think ahead of what's easier for them. Like these candles are not going to be here forever. I need to find a space, but for right now, that's where it is. But anyways, I got this for I think $70, no more than 80. It was like a blue gray originally, and it was a pretty color, but didn't go with my home. So we went to Home Depot and we just got a little can of paint. And I wanted a paint that was gonna, like, should we paint, which we are gonna paint this room, but should we paint? It's a neutral, classic, timeless color that can just be ever flowing with whatever we do in this space. So that was the whole point of this paint selection. And then we got this from Amazon, just a nice classic. It doesn't look spanking brand new, but you know, it kind of goes with the age of this. I wanted something that could potentially showcase and have like just an easy to grab and go with my collection of cookbooks. I do stop myself from buying more because I feel like I have too many. But sometimes there's just some books that I can't say no to. Like there's this ice cream book, soft serve ice cream book that uses, it's like more plant-based dairy, because I can't have dairy, but I can have almond milk, coconut milk, and that's what that book is all about. So I think I'm definitely gonna get that one because why not? So I love this book. Originally, I had all my books in this big kitchen cabinet that I have. It's probably like the size of this. And I had it was like this secret hidden kitchen library, which I loved. But now it's time to put them out. And it holds me accountable to use them. And then sometimes I forget, I forgot. This is my newest, my newest recipe book that I found at this little boutique I was at, and it caught my eye. I love salads, and we're coming into salad season, so I thought, gotta have it. So that's there. So it's a good reminder of like, oh, I got this new book. I need to try the recipes. So and obviously this is a way So speaking of ribbons, I love using and repurposing ribbons. Like if I get a gift for Christmas or my birthday or whatever, and I like the ribbon, I will keep the ribbon and then I'll just use it as bookmarks. So these are bookmarks, like my favorite go-to. I've used a lot more recipes that are bookmarked than are bookmarked, but these are like my go-to recipes out of the books. So but yeah, I need to get some more ribbon because there's times where I don't have enough, like that I want to use as a bookmark. But yeah, so ribbons are great. Bookmark holders, I love it. And then I have, these are from a thrift shop. These are very cool. They're bookends, pretty heavy, vintage. I think I got both of them for 20 bucks. That's my seed library. And then over there, I think I got those from Hobby Lobby. And that's my garden books. And then over there, it's like some ice cream books. So this is my favorite Facebook Marketplace deal. They were moving and they downsized, so they didn't have any more space for this, but she baked on this. So my husband told her husband, like, oh, my wife's a baker too, so perfect, you know, got passed on to another baker. So I think that made them feel good of like, oh, it's going to another baker, cool. So, and I love that it came from a baker. It's such great quality. Can't beat this with, you know, the new paint and hardware. It's such a steal. We did have to drive out a little bit off-roading, but because it's like a little bit in the countryside of San Diego, but I mean for 70 bucks. And then another deal we got was recently, I think it was in January, a moving sale as well, was from Crate & Barrel, and 40 bucks. It was 4 wicker chairs and a cement table. This is like outdoor furniture. And when I read the description, I was like, clearly, this is not the whole collection. Like, it's not the table and chairs. It has to be like $40 per chair or $40 for the chairs, but definitely not the table. But no, everything was included, the tables and the chairs. And I told her, like, oh, my husband is a principal. He can't just take days off. But, you know, this was like a Wednesday or Tuesday. And I said, so I can't come, but I can come Saturday morning. If you can hold it, I'll give you a deposit. And she said, you know what? I will think of you, but if somebody comes before you to pick up and is able to pick up before you, I'm going to sell it to them because I need it gone. And I was like, oh, and I knew this wasn't going to last. So I said, you know what? I'm going to work out a way. And I told my husband, and he was like, so he came home from work, and then we drove up there, and I Venmo'd her money, and then my husband was like, you're crazy. Like, this isn't going to fit in your CRV. Sometimes I have like too much faith in how small my car is. I always think I have the space because sometimes it's like magic. Like, it's like a Mary Poppins bag where you just have space. But no, we were able to fit the 4 chairs in there. We had to like push the back row down, the seats, and then slide them in. I slid up my chair a little bit more, and we made it work. It was great. And then I told her, I said, you know, unfortunately, and by that time it was already dark, because, you know, by the time he gets home, it's like sometimes 5-ish. And then we drove up there. It's like 40 minutes away. Got it. So by the time it was already getting dark, and I told her, I said, you know, unfortunately, you know, I don't have space. I thought the table was gonna be a little bit smaller, but you know, we'll be here Saturday morning if that's okay. She was like, you know what, that's fine. She's like, as long as you could pick it up before 11. I was like, oh my gosh, we'll be here 7 the latest. She said, perfect. So because they ended up having an open house, so which I was like, oh, after hearing that, got it. So we rented a U-Haul. We were there bright and early, and we got the U-Haul truck, which was like 40 bucks. Drove up there, got the table. Mind you, my husband was healing from injuring his back. So I don't know how we did it. and we both managed to do it. And we came back down here. We have the table out there. I mean, there's a little bit of weathering at the outskirts of the cement table, but that's given. That's gonna happen if you buy it brand new or not. So I don't mind that. The table's in great condition. The chair's great condition. There's little parts to where on top, not even the seating, like the seating is solid, but you know, the top part of the chair, there's a little bit of weathering, but that's gonna happen with outdoor furniture. So as soon as we got it home, we put them in the garage, the chairs, so that way they're protected. And then the table's been out here. It's been through rain, heavy wind, and sun. It's perfect. So if you ever see a cement outdoor table like that and it's cheap, get it. So my whole point of this video is to take advantage of Facebook Marketplace, estate sales, swap meets, thrifting, go to thrift shops. You just never know what you're gonna come across and what deals you're gonna get. You just never know. Never know. And you know, you can buy the stuff brand new like this, which I love, and this is like a forever piece. But then you can also get stuff like this, and you know, you just, as long as it flows within your house and it's what you love, like try and get the best deal possible. To me, it's like the more deals I can get, the more I stretch my dollars, and it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, got a good deal. I saved. Now what I would have spent for that, I can use for like other deals. So I feel like you can just, you know, save a lot of your money, and then the little that you're spending, you're getting on good deals. So, and that's my message to you, is to take advantage of Facebook Marketplace. You know, I told you I've been sick, so I've been mindlessly scrolling all over Facebook Marketplace just to see like what deals can I find. I look for a lot of outdoor garden stuff, and I've been eyeing some like garden table workspaces. So, but they're a little bit more than what I would like to spend. Like I might as well just buy it new. That's how some of the prices are. And then some of them are wood, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know about that. Or I'm gonna have to put it against my house just to give it a break and not be so much in direct sun. There's like a lot of thought and planning going along with that. But other than that, I love Facebook Marketplace. I'm on there more than I am connecting with family and friends. It's just something that I love. I'll even find like really cool stuff that I know friends of mine love. Like it's up their alley, and I'll send them like, hey, saw this, thought of you, and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. I love that. That's so me. So, you know, whether it's for you or somebody else, you know their taste. It's the best place. So happy shopping, everybody.